Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Yes, it's 11:33 p.m. in London, and thank you for joining me here. Yes, on Friday and Mondays going forward, and we start slightly different time, slightly later than usual. And so this is our Friday usual time going forward. And I'm so happy that you can make it here to join me for a spot of stitching. And I hope you're ready because I am. And the project of the choice today is from Ciro Marchetti. Okay, so I just remember on Monday I didn't make it to the stream. No stream on Monday, so no Monday, Marchetti Monday. So I'm having a Marchetti Friday. I'm going to enjoy this. I've been wanting to come back to this piece for a little while. This is from Ciro Marchetti, and this is called the Olde Kitchen. And it's a mini version, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you don't believe me, here we go. Let me show you what it looks like. Isn't that a dream kitchen cupboard for you? And definitely for me. And it's so colorful, the color's so rich. And beautiful wall behind as well, transitioning from blue from the left and purple to the right. Breathtaking. So this piece I've been working on, I've just started this year actually. So I've been working alongside a few other mini pieces, and particularly 10 stitches as well. So this is one of the reasons why I started this piece here. And let me show you where I am with this piece right now. So, it might not look like a lot, but, I've got many, many projects, as you can see. So currently, let's look at the stack here. Currently, I'm 7%. It's not too shabby. Yes, it's a mini, but not bad at all. And in terms of colors involved, this is a regular mini, and it's about 89. Not about 89, it's precisely 89 colors. And, the confettis exist here and there, but, not too bad. So I am going to create a sprint here, okay? And this will capture every single stitch I make today in this session. And at the end of the stream, the regulars know we play a little game called Guess My Stitches, okay? You can come up with a strategy to capture the number of stitches I make. You can do my reading, that's one, or you can count, I'm sure some of you are counting because some of you keep winning. So here we go. This is my piece here, and I can't wait to dig in. But of course, before that, I want to say hello to everyone, all of you, and let's see who is here with me today and in the chat as well. The first to report to the chat is Steve. Hello. Good to see you. And then followed by Rachel as well. Rachel Morton. Good evening, everyone. She says, oh, so it's the evening where Rachel is as well. And our friend from Japan, Vega, is here. Good to see you. And who else have we got here? We've got Sarah, our alien captain, and Nikki. My goodness, Nikki, where have you been? Yes, we need to talk. Oh, so much to catch up with Nikki and all of you. And Heather House is here in the chat. Hello, friends. Happy Friday. Indeed, I always forget it's a Friday, because I just came back from work, over an hour ago. So it's definitely a busy time for me, Friday. And, Nikki, don't start. Nikki says, Yogi, the Max Color release for Traveling Library. Nikki, we've been talking about it non-stop for the last 2-3 streams. And, where were you? Okay, I need full report. And Janelle from Australia is also here as well. And hello. I think now in Australia it's Saturday, but also slightly more civilized hour, right? It's a good morning indeed. And Iris Stitches is coming back to join us. Wonderful. And Marsha from Australia as well. I have a feeling this is going to be an Australian and Japanese night. Australia and Japan. Now, they're actually nice and early in the morning. And Susan as well. Hello, hello. My partner in crime over here in the UK. And busy Mum Stitcher as well. Hello, good to see you. And Turtle Stitcher, good to see you in the chat. And Kimberly is also joining us. Mandy Moran, hello. And who else have we got here? Grace as well. Grace Holston says hello, Yogi and everyone. And Everyday Creator is back with us. Michelle Fuller, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Wendy, 2025, freshly born. And Alison Rennie as well, welcome. And Betty Hankins and Michelle Clark is also from Australia. Oh, good to see you. Great to have you here. So, yes, it's slightly later in the evening in the UK, but hey, you know, never say no to a nice stitching session here with you. So today, just a little bit of a warning. I think my neighbors upstairs on the top floor, they just moved in recently. They the tenants kind of change from time to time, the revolving door. And I think they may be having some sort of housewarming party. They didn't invite me, totally outrageous. But they started the party late, I have a feeling. They just having guests over just like now, about 11, quarter past 11. I had people knocking on my door by mistake, pressing my doorbells and all that stuff going on. So if you hear kind of weird noises, don't be too shocked, okay? I'm going to give them a little bit of leeway. They just moved in. And also it's a Friday night, even though it's a little bit late for, for a party, but we'll see how it goes. So this piece I'm stitching on, this is actually 25 count. So a lot of my 10 stitches projects so far, other than a sweet shop, I'm working on 28. The remaining pieces, 10 stitch projects, they tend to be slightly lower fabric counts, but this is a 25, and the definition is really lovely here. So if you remember the last session at all, I barely remember, so I don't blame you if you don't. I've been working within this area, slowly filling in. I'm doing really well. I was drawn to this red jar here, and I'm very keen to finish it. And so I'm using a highlighting box to frame this area here, like so. So you can see my abs going here. And I'm trying to remember, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, meaning that I'm following the thread numbers rather than the number of stitches, which is mean to max. So all the jargon, I know. You'll pick them up if they don't make sense right now. So 1, 2, 3 is basically I use the app to sort the number of the threads for me, and I'm following DMC number from minimum smallest numbers to the maximum, to the largest. So it's just a different way of working. And so this is where I am right now. Guys, let me know what you're working on today with me on this Friday. Today's is Stitch Whatever You Want Day, okay? So you don't need to provide any report or excuses, and just tell me what you're working on. And no judgments here, not going to hand out any punishment for not following the saw. So today's Freedom Day. Okay, so in terms of the floss, I'm using my CXC and doing 2 strands and 2 over 1. So nice and easy. And the coverage is pretty good, really good actually, with CXC. And the colors are really beautiful as well. And let's have a look. River is here as well, joining us. Hello, hello. She says Yogi and everyone, and Vaduhi is also joining us now. Welcome. And Nikki. Nikki says the monsoon thunderstorms are taking our Wi-Fi out every day still? It's been a little while. The last time you mentioned the storms was like a week ago at least. Oh dear, Nikki. Are you okay? I hope everything is okay. No Wi-Fi is such a pain, isn't it? I hope you still have your roof, Nikki. That's probably a little bit more important than than Wi-Fi, just a little bit, okay? Roof generally is more important than Wi-Fi. So let me pick out my first color here, and then I'll come back to the chat. How's that? So today, if you're wondering why we're starting later, is because on Friday and Mondays I have classes. If you don't know, I teach yoga. You know, yogi is not just my handle. I actually teach yoga, even though yogi means practitioner. You don't have to teach to be a yogi. You can be a yogi too. But I teach evening late classes on Mondays and Fridays. So, you know, we start a little bit later, and it might works out much better for some time zones, right? Australia, Japan, you don't have to get up at the middle of the night to see yogi. I'm right here, nice and shiny in the morning over where you are. So I am gonna just go randomly with this color. Should I follow any order at all? I don't feel very disciplined tonight, so I might just pick whatever I want and do it. How's that as a plan? You know, I'm gonna turn off the sorting order and just go wherever I want to go, because, you know, I'm doing really well, and you know, this is slowly filling up. I'm probably 70%, 80% there. So I'm going to just pick a color I like and start working on it. Yes, that feels right today. So 3A62. Let's see if we have some spooky bingo today. 3A62 is a lovely brown. 3A62. And my master set, CXC master set, is getting bigger and bigger every day. 3A62. Yes. It's becoming so big, it looks like a small cushion. 3A62, let me check the color. Good. So I haven't done 10 stitches for a little bit, it feels like. Maybe a few days. And so it's a lovely return to 10 stitches. And it's getting a little bit tricky now because there are quite a lot of surrounding stitches, so I have to go in and find these, the correct spot from here. All right. So if I ever made any mistakes, then please shout really loud and I will do something about it. I'm not saying I'll fix it, but but I'll do my best. At least I know. At least I know. Is it here? Oh dear. This is okay. I think this is this spot here, and then there's this grid above. I think this is the one. I'll have this as my starting point, and I haven't done a boomerang for a little bit as well. I need to practice. I'm warming up my little hands here. Here we go. And Nikki, we need to catch up, okay? And have a plan there. And I hope, depends on your situation with the Wi-Fi by next week. And Nikki, you know, Nikki was talking about the traveling library pattern. Yes, Nikki, I've already bought. I think it was 2 days ago when it first came out, and you know, I rely on our group and our chat, and they instantly reported it. Did I just end it? Did I just end that thread right there? Why would I do that? There are more stitches. You know, it's a habit because I did a boomerang and I just automatically want to end the thread, even though I'm using it to start. Oh, what am I like? Yes, it's all right. It's all right. We're good here. I'm warming up, guys. I'm warming up. I can go in again. I can do another boomerang. I have the know-how and the technique. Okay, I'm just trying to get my head around what I'm doing here. It's been a little while that I did boomerang, so its bodies kind of just go into autopilot. When I do a boomerang, I just want to end the thread afterwards, even though I'm trying to start it. Oh dear. Okay. And I think this one, 1, 2, 3, there's another stitch here. All right. Let's have a look. And let's have a look at what everybody's working on. And Sarah is working on Candylicious. Oh, yes, it's delicious piece. And it's like eating sweets, looking at that pattern. Hang on a second. I need to have a little sip of my coffee there. I think my voice is protesting a little bit. It happens sometimes when I finish teaching, particularly if I teach multiple classes very closely with each other. So Sarah, beautiful piece, and Susan, Gardener's Paradise, not hate, drinking hot chocolate, beautiful. Yes, I need to remember to get some cacao powder so I can make hot chocolate like Susan. And Badu is working on River Cottage. Oh, nice. And it's been posted on the Facebook group. Guys, if you haven't joined already, go join the group. And it's got, you know, everybody's whips there and a lot of useful information. Okay, so let's have a look. 3 here. And I'm gonna just take my thread over. Sometimes with this distance, I might want to end the thread, but I'm not in the mood for that today. I'm gonna just take the thread over, okay? Sometimes I make a yogi move. But today, I'm gonna just take it over there. I don't care. Do you? I'm sure you don't care either. So here we go. Am I in the right spot at all? 2 over here. These are done. And I'm moving over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And 1 over here. There are a couple of stitches here, maybe not totally correct, but we don't care. It's quite all right. It's a whole bunch of pink flowers, so no problem. And over here, I think this is the right spot. I'm gonna end the thread here, okay? It does get a little bit tricky with this method and towards the end, because if you're following the number of stitches, you start from single stitches, for instance, and working upwards. At the end, you're most likely kind of, you know, you end up with colors that's got most stitches. It's a little bit easier to work with. But as I'm following kind of random numbers, following the DMC numbers, so there will be occasions like this that you end up having to come in and fill in all the stitches. So I see how it goes. No problem here. So I'm gonna lock my screen, my chart here. And Irene, Irene says, for me, from Verona, IT is already Saturday. Is that a location? It's so nice to listen to your soothing voice working on Magnolias. MC, Max Color. I need to finish it soon. Oh, is it a hay piece? Max Colors. You have to finish it soon. Why? Is that self-imposed deadline, or is it a gift? Oh, I can never do that. No deadlines for me with stitching. And River is working on Gnome Tinker. Have 1,500 stitches so far today, and 50, of course. Every single stitch counts. And thinking maybe I should get some dinner or something. Well, I mean, you know, stitching can burn a lot of calories. You probably need to top up a bit of, you know, nourishment there. And Nikki is working on Stitcher's Retreat. Are you working on that piece? That piece is beautiful. It looks like painting, but no chance for me working on it. It's just too many similar colors. It's all beige and brown. But it's a beautiful piece. Stitcher's Retreat, 28 count, 1/1. That's your element, isn't it? 1/1, 28. Is it not a little bit thin? Like, yes. I've asked this question before. I think the verdict is kind of slightly mixed. For my test, for my eyes, it felt slightly thin, but I've seen pieces done 28 counts, 1/1. Looks beautiful. Oh, hang on. 1/1 is in full cross or tent. I just read it as tent. No, maybe it's full cross. Then it's absolutely perfect. And Otimo is also here. Hello, hello. Welcome back. And Nikki says, we'll be in the cabin on the mountain next week. Oh, you know what? So Nikki, so we need to work out our plans here for the marathon. So I think the last time we spoke, the for us to kick off the traveling library, right, is to do a relay marathon. But if you're in the mountain, in a cabin, do you have Wi-Fi? And I presume probably would be challenging. You let me know. If not, we need to change the plans. Because we can still kick off next week with the piece. I think, you know, everybody's ready to go. And I'm getting my fabric. Should arrive the next couple of days. Let me pick the next color and stitch as I speak. 3835. 3835. Beautiful purple. 3835. And depends on whether you're gonna have proper internet connection on Saturday. Not tomorrow, obviously. The week after. Then we need to work out how we want to do a marathon. Would you be able to do a relay with me? Or I can go solo and maybe we do a relay after, you know, some other time. That works too. So let me see. Over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's actually here. Oh, totally off. Totally off. Here. Nikki says, I won't be able to stream in the cabin. Yes, we can start, but choose another day for the marathon. Yeah, okay. That's fair. And yes, if you don't have meaningful internet, it's not gonna work. Yeah, we can do the relay any other time. So guys, in that case, we're going to kick off the traveling library next Saturday as planned. And I'll be heading the marathon. How's that? I'll see. So next Saturday, hang on, I'm clear for Saturday, so we can start a bit early, and I'll work out how many hours we can do the marathon. We can do a half marathon. What do you think? And potentially we can do a full one, but you know, you let me know. So, because last time we did a full one, we started from about 2 p.m. UK time, so you can convert it to your local time. For some of you, it might be super early, you know, for guys in Australia or Japan. But, you know, if we're going to be streaming for a long time, for quite a few hours, you can join us anytime. But I'm sure there will be super athletes that want to be there from the beginning. And maybe stand with me till the end. I'll see who will be the last ones standing with me, okay? I'll remember your names. And of course, you know, in our marathon tradition there, we will do some yoga, we'll have some tea break, and we stitch. How does that sound, everyone? 1, 2, 3. River says, what count would you be using for that, as in traveling library? I've got my fabric for 28 counts. Don't tell Nikki, okay? Yes, not 32. I'm going for 28, and it's my favorite fabric right now. Plain, not pre-gridded, nice and light. I just love that fabric, and I just want to stitch more of that fabric. So 28 count. Hang on. Where am I? What? I think I probably messed up a few stitches here, so they don't match up right now. Okay, never mind. I think I found it. Susan's proposing. Hang on, let me bring this up. Oh, this is our ultra stitching athletes right here. Susan, 10 hours, 2 p.m. to 12 midnight. How does that sound, everyone? If you're gamed. And Andrea, welcome. Oh, Andrea says, I have about 300 patterns, but haven't started all of them yet. Not all of them yet, just most of them. Can't afford that much fabric. 300, my darling. Yes, I do not blame you. That's you know, you need a lot of fabric for 300 patterns. Amazing. I think off you go into our alien club, okay? Welcome, and straight to the alien club. That's it. And you have no choice. It's not like an option. You just go straight in, okay? If you have, like, you know, unusual amount of pattern there, and or stitching too fast, or stitching without harness, or stitching with no GPS device, no gridding, you're in the alien club, okay? And we need to protect the community here. Here we go. River says 2 p.m. UK time is 9 a.m. in Michigan. Exactly. Saturday morning, it'll give you a good reason to get up a little bit early. Grace says, I won't be able to attend next Saturday. Going to see my son in Seattle. Oh, maybe you can listen to us sneakily, you know. But family comes first. Absolutely. You can always watch the replay with envy. Oh, I wish I was there. But it's okay. We'll do another one with Nikki at some point when she regained her Wi-Fi connection and back to civilization. We'll do another one. No, not to worry. Not to worry. Hello, Turtle Stitcher. Stitcher says 2 p.m. UK is 6 a.m. in California. I need a nap. And Susan's idea of a 10-hour marathon, I can try to stay awake for it. Yes, if you have the will, you can find a way. Oh, I like the spirit, Susan. I think quite a lot of stitches here don't even match up. I don't know what I was doing the last few sessions. I was improvising as I was stitching, as usual. Nikki says, I hope I can see your marathon on or even get on YouTube. Husband is going to Turkey, turkey hunting, not to Turkey, the country. Turkey hunting. It's a different cabin than before, but I'll be cross-stitching. Oh, Nikki will be here in spirit with us. Yes, I mean, if you're, being a sort of outdoor, then enjoy the outdoor, Maybe it's good to let go of the technology for a little while. But you can still stitch. Stitching does not require technology other than your marking app. And I hope you enjoy. I wanted to say enjoy the turkey, but it sounds really. I feel bad for the turkey, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm sure you enjoy the great outdoor. And stay nice and safe. Heather says, still knitting on my socks, almost finished, back to stitching soon. Oh, socks are so tricky. It's a nice idea though, particularly, in the colder days, like in the winter. It feels so cozy, stitching socks. And stitching the socks is a little bit more interesting than the scarf, right? The scarf, I mean, it's a scarf. But socks, knitting socks has been more of a challenge. Sometimes you just need that challenge. Let me have a look. Next one. 3861. 3861. And Nikki, are you going to start next week then? 61. So, and remind me, are you doing regular, right? You're doing regular chart, and what count are you doing? 25, if I remember correctly. So this one, I'm going to take two pieces, actually. 3861. 3861. Sarah is welcoming the aliens joining her. She's so happy. The alien club is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting quite packed. Oh, Alison says, my hobby is offshore, so I can do a full marathon. There you go. That's the spirit. And I'm insomniac, and tonight and today has been a crash day. So absolutely no concentration, just sleepy. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there are days like that. You know, in some ways, I don't sleep at the regular times either because I teach at different times on different days. So it's not like I have a sort of fixed daily routine, and depends on my timetable. I might go to bed super early, and there are days like go to bed super late. Like today probably is going to be a late one, but tomorrow is my rest day, so I'm good for that. So I kind of plan out my timetable that way, so you know I'm not going to create problems with the sleeping pattern. And to be honest, you know, when I'm tired, there's no amount of coffee or anything like that is going to keep me away. So haven't really got problems sleeping. If I'm staying awake, that's by design because I planned it that way. Like today, I know I'm going to go to bed a little bit later. I'm quite keen on working on this jar. I might just move straight there. Because the last couple of sessions, when I work on this section there, this box here, I've been following the DMC number. So in a way, I wasn't able to just go wherever I want to go. So the jar is still not finished yet. But I think tonight I like to finish it. Oh, I don't know what's happening with this. It's got caught there. Kathy says, perfect for me, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. where you are. Oh, perfect. But I think I have plans that day. There you go. Yes. Why do I have this bit? Why do I end up with one strap? Very peculiar. You know what? Where am I here? One over here. I'm gonna redo this stitch. For some reason I lost my thread on the way there. Let me try again. So those of you who have done 1, 2, 3, what happens to you at the end of a section, a box like this? Do you end up having to go in and just fill in loose stitches? Because the fun with 1, 2, 3 is the fact that it's random. You know, with minimum to maximum, you're following a number of stitches. It kind of makes sense. Why do I keep pulling this bit off down there? But if you're following the thread numbers, it's random. So you don't know how it's going to end towards the end. You probably end up with a lot of colors with low number stitch counts, which it means you have to kind of, you know, find them. Let me see if I can get this to work. Oh, that's not a very pretty stitch at all. Not a very pretty boomerang. See, it's totally autopilot. I do a boomerang to start, and I just pull a thread through trying to end it. Seriously. Uh, right. Let's have a look. Ashley Wilkinson, welcome. And Brianne as well. Welcome back. And Nikki says, yes, regular charge regarding the traveling library piece. Regular charge, 25 count, 1/1, no controversy. And she says, I'm not sure where I can start. 1, 2, 3. We'll start any time, whenever you're ready. Two. I can't find where I am. It's crazy. It's 1. Oh, I see. Found it. I need to rethink this method because it gets a little bit tricky towards the end. It's really fun when you're doing it because, you know, it's kind of a surprise every time. What with a new color because you don't know how many stitches are involved. So, but it gets trickier toward the end. Nikki says, we have other friends coming and she will see my crazy stitching side. Are you going to wear a safety belt or something? Please don't scare your friends away, you know? At least wear a helmet or something. Safety first. Oh, I think my neighbor is being very lively with a conversation. I don't know whether you can hear it. Sarah Stevenson says, lurking from work, Maine, USA. Yes. Join the, we need to give it a name, shouldn't we? The Office Lurking Club. We have stitchers regularly listening to us during their work hours. Just, you know, joining in for the joy of stitching in spirit. So you're not alone at all. Nikki says, and I'll start tomorrow. Oh dear. Yeah, you can start tomorrow. I think quite a few have already started the Max colors because they couldn't wait. And I kind of don't blame them, even though it's a lot more fun starting together, isn't it? And quite a lot of us need to get the material, the fabric, and, you know, maybe kitting up as well. So it takes a little bit of time. And next week will be perfect because you have time to get the fabric ready, sort out your thread cards. Ready to go. So, Susan, what happened to your sort of PayPal situation? So I presume you had to pay for extra post and packaging for the shipping for your paper charts, right? So Susan is buying from Heaven and Earth, but paper patterns. She's a paper girl. And she was asked to pay for additional post and packaging or shipping, whatever, on top of what they charged her already when she checked out the item. So I'm presuming that you've got the paper chart with you now. Susan, I thought you were my favorite. Susan says, let's face it, Nikki, you'll soon overtake Yogi Stitches. It's nice of you to give her a head start. That's why Nikki wants to start tomorrow. She'll be way over, like way ahead of me by, I don't know, 9,000 stitches by next week. Well, that wouldn't be fair. You know? This one is not correct. It's this one. Oh, gotta be mindful. But the pattern is kind of quite, I don't know. It's not confetti, but it's confetti-ish. So it kind of doesn't matter if I mess up a few stitches not being the correct location, because it looks the same. It's just a whole bunch of flowers and whatever else. So I can probably improvise a little bit. Freestyle stitching, that's a new method, okay? Freestyling. That one. Oh, these grey borders really doing my head in. I keep mistaking them as being stitched already and try to avoid them. Alison Rennie says, 1, 2, 3 method. I stitch on smaller blocks to save on losing my places. My place, especially when very familiar colors. So do you do like, yes, this is quite a large area, I have to say. I think maybe 3 by 2 would be a sensible area. I was just being ambitious. It's true. I think 1, 2, 3 maybe work on smaller blocks, because toward the end it's a little bit messy here, a little bit challenging. But I will find my way. I'm determined. I'll make it work. And I'll suffer if I have to. No, it's fine actually. It's just because the stitches are quite full with CXC, so sometimes you can't really see the spaces very well. And that's when, you know, it's a bit tricky there. But otherwise, it's fine. It's fine. Turtle Stitcher says, thank you for stitching company, Yogi, and others back to work for me. Yes. Oh, for Turtle Stitcher. Enjoy your work and then come back to us whenever you can. Yes, it's still Friday, isn't it? So it's a work day for a lot of people. Nikki says, Susan, I can give her a head start, but she does 9K. Yes, I do 9K stitches a day, Nikki. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, I cannot control myself. I'm just like, you know, naturally just a little bit fast. And I know, it's a gift. I don't question it. 9K a day. I'm 9K yogi, okay? That's my new name. I think I'm finding the flow here a little bit. Because after a few days doing full cross, coming back to tent, you kind of need to readjust the eyes a little bit, at least for me. Alison says 3x2 is my norm. Yeah, that sounds kind of quite workable. Nikki, I'm actually the real boss in Alien Club. I'm like the, I don't know what film is that. You know, the guy in The Usual Suspect. I'm the secret boss of the Alien Club. Kaiser Sose. Dun dun dun. Hey, Rabbit Hole. Welcome. Queen Alien. All right. Now I'm gonna start filling in this jar there. I just love this red jar here. And only a couple of colors to go for this jar. Oh, nice. 3801. 3801. Beautiful color. 3801. Yes. Now we're talking. Look at this. Here we go. So let's see if we've got enough here. I'm gonna start. It is quite odd after doing full crosses. I know it's a single strand. Yeah, well, I did one day with the 14 counts, it was double strand, but been doing full cross throughout an entire week. Susan says, I've been browsing pain-free site today. 3 charts may have left into my basket. I've been checked out just like that. Yes. I know, it's a strange phenomena, isn't it? The patterns just jump into your baskets and, before you know it, you've already checked them out. And you go, what are these? I've never seen these in my life, but they're rather pretty. I know. It's not you, Susan. I know, I understand. I have that happen to me. It's true. Oh, Nikki, talking about jumping patterns mysteriously to the checkout basket. Have you seen my new purchase alongside with the library piece? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. It just happened. I just went to Heaven and Earth, and I intended to buy the Max, traveling library. I need to get it correctly. And this pattern just hopped into my basket. I had no control over it. I just got a receipt and go, wait a minute, what is this in my basket, in my checkout? And yeah, that's just that. Do you want to see? Do you want to see, Nikki? Oh. Rabbit Hole says, I'm looking for the definitive guide to all the methods of choosing a stitch path in coverage cross stitch. What? To what? Let me show the comment here. Maybe some of you can help. I don't know. I'm looking for definitive guide to all the methods of choosing a stitch path in full coverage. Has anybody done this? You need to explain. Rabbit Hole. Grace Halston says, yes, it happens quite often. I know. This is one of those mysterious phenomena that only happens to stitchers when they visit like Heaven and Earth or the pattern companies. Yes. Brianne says, I'm stuck with 936 for almost 2 pages. 936. What color is that? If it's a pink, oh, I have no complaint. Well, actually, I would. If it's an entire page, I'd probably just go, please. Oh, look at this red jar here. Nikki, give up with row by row. I cannot see you doing row by row. I see, it's for your sanity. Just go wild with your cross country. Just do that. I was so surprised when I saw your web with block by block diagonal. I just cannot see you doing that. I don't think you're a block by block kind of person. Even though I love to watch you doing royal roll. Row by row. In fact, I would enjoy watching that. Marsha says, we have our national football Aussie rules grand final today. I'll be stitching and cheering. Oh, I have no idea about sports. I know they're trying to chase a ball. All the guys, they're trying to chase a ball. And yeah, they that's pretty much all I know about ball games. There's one ball that everybody wants, and they just go after, they chase after the ball. Very interesting. How about just give them one ball each, you know? Then they can all go home. They can afford it. 12 people, 12 balls. How's that? Peace. All right, I'm going to take another piece of 3A01. A few more stitches there. Nikki says, yes, what's our next start? Are you sitting down comfortably, Nikki? This is no ordinary pattern. Yeah, Nikki, I don't know which one's more challenging for you. I don't know if it's Gemma's method or row by row. But whichever way you're doing, you're edging away from the edges. Oh, I love to see you do Gemma's method. How's that? And watch the suffering of your face, from your face. Rachel says to in response to Rabbit Hole's question, sounds like a dissertation for cross-stitch PhD. Not for me then. Oh, hang on. This is not the correct. This is not a correct location. See, I'm not paying attention. Here we go. Let me see if I can free this thread from this location. Oh, I think I just messed it up with this piece. I'm gonna just remove it. Pick another one, 3A01. Sorry. So that piece of thread is going to the floss paradise, the Neverland. Oh, it's green. So are you stitching forest or something like a bush? Oh, that's brutal. This is the correct location. I think this jar is almost there. Look at that. Oh, yes, Susan, I haven't shown the chart. Hang on. Nikki, watch. Okay. Not this one. You've seen this one. Nikki, are you sitting down comfortably? I don't want you to fall over, okay? Oh, I'll give you a hint. It's Ciro Marchetti's piece. Are you ready, Nikki? 3, 2, 1. Where is it? Hang on, it's here. There you go. There you go, Nikki. No. Isn't that gorgeous? And Nikki, do you know? You're not just looking at the pattern. You're looking at a supersize pattern. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it's my first supersize. Nikki, are you with me? Are you still awake, or have you passed out due to too much shock? And if you've fallen off the chair, it's okay, just get up, dust yourself out. And yes, Brienne, you're looking at it. And at the checkout, so this pattern just magically jumped into my checkout basket. And at the checkout, it did a McDonald's to me. It goes, would you like to supersize it? And I go, yeah, bring it on. Supersize it. So there you go. It's a supersize and max color as well. Nikki, I know you like a bit of a max colors. This is max colors, supersize. When are we starting? Nikki, isn't that beautiful? Look at the magic mushrooms and all the sleepy faces of these the little fox and little cats. They're sleeping so sweetly. And also there's a little squirrel on the upper right there. Can you see it? And that tree house is so pretty. That tree house. Oh, I love it. So there you go. Any brave souls you want to join me? Yesterday it was, who was that joining me? The name escaped me. But yes, at least one person in the chat got the supersize, and we're gonna work on this one at some point. When, I don't know yet. Isn't that beautiful, Nikki? I know you're in shock. Oh, so pretty. Nikki says, I can do mini. Too many supersize max colors for me. It's pretty, isn't it pretty? And for some reason, I cannot explain it. It just says supersize to me. I have no idea why. And I never wanted supersize on anything. But for some reason, this one is the one for me. And I didn't plan it. I think this one, for whatever reason, I forgot about it. I kept it on my wish list last time. And when I went back a couple of days ago, I just go, okay, you're coming with me. River says, it's lovely, Yogi, as well as the one you're doing now. I know, this one is so pretty as well, isn't it? But I'm happy with mini with this one. For some reason, every pattern is so different. This one, I don't mind if it's not regular size. It kind of just works for me. But that one, yeah. Nikki says 32 counts. You know what? It has crossed my mind. And also 32, if I did 32, right, the physical size wouldn't be too big, even though it's super size. But it's not going to be super big. So that could be a good reason to do it. I can see that happening. Here we go. I know, it's all kicking off. 3853. 3853. It's an orange. But the colors are just so magical, so beautiful. I cannot explain it. And Busy Mom is doing I think a quick stitch version, I think. Rabbit Hole says, I had to do some 1/1 lettering on 32 counts once, and it almost broke me. Lettering, as in writings on the pattern. I don't know. I've never done 32, so I have no clue. I actually have no idea. Maybe what? Or end up in tears. But at least I try. I have to try at least once. Because originally, you know, Nikki, remember we talked about 32 counts for traveling library. For some reason, I just do not see it. I cannot explain. So I decided to go for 28 counts. It just felt right. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to give up 32 counts. I'll probably try it on a smaller piece. Maybe a mini. Or maybe a quick stitch. Whatever. Or something that's not height. Just smaller. And lo and behold, this one came along. And in my mind, I can see myself working on 32 on this one for some reason. I have no idea. I don't know where I got that idea. One, two, three. Nikki says, but you should try it first on a smaller piece. I know, but that's what sensible people do. I'm not sensible. I don't know. It just seems like I'll probably do a test when I get a fabric, but I'm going to get a full-size fabric. And then find a way to make it work, I think. And I think I just need, you know, I think, I don't know, I'm just following my gut. And I think I can probably make it work in some way. And I don't know, I cannot explain to you. But of course, for now, my focus is on the traveling library. And my gecko rouge as well. I want to focus on that one a little bit more. And I'm really enjoying it. I've been adding a few stitches here and there on my gecko rouge. It's a totally different piece now. It feels like a completely different project. And this one's 3A53. Oh, I need to have a sip of my tea. I'm having, as usual, I'm having my ginseng matcha green tea. Yes. So Nikki, do you reckon if you do 32, or if I do 32, the only option for me is 10 stitches, right? So 30, well, 1/1, is it just absolutely not working for 32 counts? Oh, Reva says, I saw where someone has started a height over 1/1 on 40 counts. An entire piece was the width of a bobbin. What? 40 counts, over 1 full cross. What? Marsha says, what's your new pattern, Yogi? Marsha, did you see the when I show the pattern? Do you want me to show it again? Nikki says, you should fit on half a meter yard. My supersized Once Upon a Fairy Tale does for 32 count gridded. I see. I'm gonna get plain fabric. Marsha, let me show it to you again. Where is it? 4? Not that one. Marsha, this is the pattern. Yay! You probably saw it yesterday. Did I show you yesterday or the day before when I bought it? It's gorgeous. You know, this is actually, look at the definition of the piece. This is actually the actual mock-up. This is not an illustration. This is a mock-up I grabbed from Pattern Keeper. Oh no, not Pattern Keeper, Saga. So this image is composed with actual stitches, but it looks so high def, probably because it's supersized. So I think if I worked on it on higher fabric count, like 32, it would come out like this. You know, smaller stitches and more density there. It's beautiful. Nikki says, I'll never do 40 count full coverage. Thread too thick. You will hate it. Full cross 32. Yeah. So in a way, if I went for 32, it will have to be 10 stitches. Yes. I love that piece. 3860. That's a nice brown color. Captain Squirrel, yes! Captain Squirrel saw the mock-up. I showed it to Captain Squirrel. Was it yesterday or day before? Because there's a cute little squirrel there. Cannot say no to that. It just, the whole piece is so peaceful. I love it. We can't go wrong with another Marchetti piece for me to work with. And now if I start the traveling library, I'm gonna end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 projects on 28 count. So I have the sweet shop, I have the quoting room, and the gecko roach is also 28, and traveling library. You know, from 0, 28 count projects toward only a couple months ago. Now I have 4. That's on that fabric count. It's pretty crazy. I am going to bring it over here. Susan says, fingers crossed for a squirrel start, Captain. I know. It's doable, you know. If you look at the pattern, it's doable. It's not far-fetched. Because sometimes in order to get to do a kitty start, you literally have to find the spot in the middle of nowhere. But this one, if you look at it, it's doable. It's on the upper right there. Oh, look at that squirrel. So cute. And I love that tree house. Oh. Imagine if this is where they live, in this beautiful space, and they get to just sleep peacefully every single night. How lovely. With the magic mushrooms. Look at the cat. Oh. Yeah, I have to stop looking at it because I will want to start if I keep looking at it. And I shan't do that. Not at this point. Maybe a Christmas start. No. It's slightly Christmassy. It's got all the red going and green going there. Marsha loves it too. Yeah, I know. I think you will love. It's a pattern you will love as well. Captain Squirrel says, I know, right corner start, please. I don't think I ever started on the upper right with a piece. I've started upper left, of course, as center. And now I have a center bottom with gecko rouge. You know? You never know. Andrea says, I have projects from 14 counts to 40 counts. Had to get magnifying glasses. Andrea, when you're working on 40 counts, do you do 2/2 or 1/2, you know, cross 2 stitches? Or are you actually working on 40 count stitches? And how do you see anything at all? I don't know. Yes, even magnifying glass, would you be able to see them? Like comfortably. Well, I love the variety, and I think it's probably good for the eyesight as well, because you challenge your eyesight to look at, you know, different size stitches. It's probably good for you. That's my theory. Okay, I'm not an eye doctor. Do not listen to me. If you go blind, do not sue me, okay? Andrea says, I have 56 count linen, but I will have to use sewing thread to stitch, like doing cross stitching. It's a monochrome one, so you won't be able to, won't be too bad. Going to start that one soon. 56? I don't even know what the fabric looks like. It probably just looks like normal linen, where you can't even see the threads. Barely. Brown. Where am I? All right. That one is done. Hang on. Grace says, I love all my 10 full coverage. 10, Grace? Is that it? Did you see the other person's got 300? You need to work a little bit harder, Grace. And she says, I have managed to acquire over 2 months, 10 of them, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Anyone else has this issue? Not me. You only work on one at a time. And if you don't impose any deadlines or pressure on yourself, you're essentially just having choices to work on whatever you want. I don't know anyone else feeling overwhelmed. I don't feel like own my projects anything. So if I don't work on them, yeah, sometimes I feel a little bit guilty, but it's kind of, it just makes me want to work on them more, not in a bad way. So even if you have 300 projects, ultimately you're working on one at a time. That's it. Oh, but you know what, guys? I've been having this idea, and I'll show you when it's done. But it's gonna help you. If you like come to the stream and go, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna work on today. I have like 30 webs. Oh, I have something for you. Not quite yet, but I'll explain to you when it's completed. I'll do anything to help my stitchers, my fellow stitchers. 3A60, 3A60. One more strand, please. 3A60. Yes, I think rabbit hole is absolutely correct. Rabbit hole says, responding to Grace's comment about feeling overwhelmed, and she says, does your overwhelm coming from feeling you should be working on everything? Or yes, there's a difference feeling like somehow you have to work on them, all of them, and make certain progress versus, just enjoying the stitching. I mean, look at me. This... Let me throw myself under the bus, okay? Look at this. This project I started from January, I ask you, and now we're heading toward October. This is all I've got. This is it. The entire project that I started probably February this year, this is where I am. And I have absolutely no problem with it. It's fine. It's great. And now I have the red jar. So, yeah. No obligation to do anything. But whatever I do, it's good. So, no timetable, no deadlines, no number of stitches I'm aiming for. I'm just stitching. That's it. That's why I can never promise anybody and go, oh, I'm going to stitch this piece for you. I think I just instantly start to hate stitching. I just can't. Over there, where am I? Here. Is that even... I'm not even sure that's an empty space. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna stitch over that one. That stitch looks a little bit weird. Andrea is right. Andrea says it's just one stitch at a time. I have I have 170 projects. Listen to Andrea Grace. Andrea says I have 170 projects I'm working on, but I'm more a process stitcher. I just like stitching. I had to develop a schedule. No, don't, Andrea. No need for schedule. Just pick whatever you like that day and stitch for whatever number of stitches. That's it. What else do you need? We have deadlines and goals for everything else. You don't need goals. You don't need deadlines for stitching. And that's why I'm not worrying about starting new projects. I'm just creating more options for myself, which is a good thing. And I'm not thinking about completion at all. I'm just not. I don't have that in my mind. So completion for me would be something like this. This is a completion for me. This is good. So, and that's it. River says, either good for your eyes or good for making you go blind. Yes. And I have, make sure that I have the disclaimer there. I'm not an eye doctor. So if you go blind, okay, due to too much stitching on smaller stitches, and do not come sue me. I'm just a simple yoga teacher here, and that's it. Have mercy on me. And do not believe anything I say. There. Where am I? Here. And there. And Rabbi Ho says, I have a few pieces out for right now, and the rest are in the bin. But when I want to switch out, not overwhelmed because of this out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, exactly. It's like, even though I have a fair number of webs, not as many as 130, but I always have like the current ones I'm really into. Like now I'm really into this one, and a Gecko Rouge, and it's going to be Traveling Library, and what else am I really into? There are a few on top of my head. And you always have like currents, this week's favorite or this month's favorite or whatever that you felt really drawn to and want to stitch. And that's it. And there are ones that I kind of didn't work on for a little bit, but when I'm ready to go back to them, I'm really interested. I'm looking forward to stitching them. So I don't buy into the school of thoughts that you have to give them kind of equal attention, because why? you know, they're not children. Sometimes you're drawn to certain type of projects a little bit more, and sometimes a little bit less. You shouldn't feel bad about it at all. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at this. And it feels like it's some sort of a sketch, sort of slightly sketchy kind of style, like pastel or something. It looks really pretty. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let me just find these stitches here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is that one? All right. I don't feel like I own them anything. One, two. Yes, Grace, letting go. Yes. You know, it's our instinct to want to control everything. And there are times, you know, things in our life we need to take control over. But with something like this, nah. You know, a stitch is a stitch. And that's all there is to it. Let it go. Marsha says, I'm hearing you. Yes, I need to stop buying stick with stitching for a while. Marsha. Well, let's see how it goes with that, you know. I just need to show you a few more patterns. 3, 8, 60. Let me take one more piece here. But Marsha, that piece you're working on, the garden one, so pretty. I think I'm gonna get that pattern at some point. The next time, you know, it kind of just fell into my basket. And Marsha is making very good progress on that one. I think it's Amy Stewart piece as well, isn't it? It's got gardening. It's a gardening books. I don't know what it's called. Summer gardening something. Let me see if I can find my location at all. There. And there's one stitch there. All right. Grace says, Yogi, you should work on getting one for each day of the year. Do not tempt me. No, I just go with the flow really, because there's one thing getting the pattern, there's another starting it, isn't it? So, for instance, the supersize pattern, I don't think I'm gonna start it anytime soon, but I'm ready to you know, have it in my folder. Sometimes I just leave the patterns I like in the on the favorite list, on the wish list, and just allow it to kind of, you know, mature to see if I still like it next time I see it. So I don't rush into buying them. I'm not that type of expire. But where am I exactly? Here and there. Okay, got it. And if I go back and I still like it, I might buy it at some point. So I just give it time. Our River, yes. River had to complete, well, not had to, but she promised them as gifts. So have 2 finishes. Yes, I think unfortunately, if you do stitch for others, in the sense, if you stitch, for a certain completion date, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much you love stitching. I think it's unfortunately will feel like something that you have to do, because there'll be certain days you don't maybe want to stitch on something else, or don't want to stitch at all, but you feel like there's a deadline looming. So yeah, it's just the way it is. It's human nature. So that's why I'm very mindful when it comes to kind of not to turn it into a guilt trip. If I don't work on this one for a little while, I feel bad. Why? It makes no sense. Or feel like I have to complete anything. Why? Says who? Something interesting is happening over here. It's a lot of confetti actually. You don't feel it as much when you're stitching this way, because you're going around filling in stitches everywhere. But if you do it kind of in a more orthodox kind of way, like mini cross country or block by block, there's a lot of color changes happening here. Let me take a sip of my tea. Nikki says, I told my daughters they need to work on mine when I'm gone. They're going to be very, very busy. And who's going to work on the squid lady, hey? Who's going to, take over the calamari stitching? Oh, Grace, you're too disciplined. Unless you enjoy it. Grace says, I work 500 stitches before I move on to the next stitch. Sometimes it takes several days before I move to the next one. But why, Grace? If you love it, I mean, if you love doing it that way, then go for it. But if it becomes a responsibility, let it go. How about 5 stitches? I think 5 stitches is a little bit easier than 500. Oh, I wouldn't be able to impose that kind of rules on myself. I'll go, Yogi, you're just being silly there. Nikki says, I have ones that I haven't worked on for 20 years. Exactly. But, if the time comes and you pick them up and you want to work on them, then you love them, right? Because that is the right time. There are good reasons if you don't work on something for 20 years. because you want to work on something else. Easy. Next one. 3836. I think, mini deadlines or stitch counts to meet can be a very nice motivation for some people within reason, but if they turn into a kind of a thing that takes over, it's not going to be fun. No. 3836. Yes, rabbit hole is quite pretty, and particularly probably because of the 10 stitches as well. It creates that kind of slanted shape for the stitches. I think it just works so well. With the mini piece, you're not aiming for the sort of high definition. That's not a goal. When you work on a mini, you work on that felt of the piece, because it's like a painting or a sketch. Just because you have all the details doesn't make it a beautiful artwork. A lot of times it's that softness of the style that's making a piece beautiful. And Rabbit Hole says, I've had a strange experience. Oh, are we going to hear about some spooky tale? She says, used to work on 3 to 5 of my regular WIPs each month. I started a hate on August 28th this year and stitch only that one every day. Yeah, you just go with what you love to stitch that day. I remember when I first got my Gecko Rouge back in 2023. I remember I got it just after Christmas, after New Year actually. I ordered just, I remember it's between Christmas and New Year, and I was so excited. It was it was New Year, so it took a little bit longer to arrive. And the kit arrived in January, I think, I don't know, 5th or something like in the beginning. And I worked on that piece. I worked on that piece every single day. I'm thinking maybe about 6 months. I was just so into it. 6 months. And then I got burned out. And I couldn't work on it for maybe a few weeks. I couldn't touch it. And so I had other pieces. I think the one after that was the Little Cake Shop. Just a totally different color scheme. But yeah, I think you just need to follow what you want to stitch that day. There's no other way to guide, in terms of which project to work with, because other than your heart, what else is there to guide you? There. River says, I'm getting the one you're doing now and the one you just bought as soon as the next sale hits. Oh, which one? The sleep time. Are you going to go supersize? River, I'm trying to dare everyone to get supersize. Yes. Very nice. Yeah, I'm quite surprised that I went for a supersize. It's just one of those things. It makes sense. And Rabbit Hole says, I'm thinking Western striving culture makes us think finishing has more value than doing. Often not the case. Yeah, well, I think the whole, not trying to bring in any sort of spiritual thinking, but yeah, I think our obsession with goals, with completion, can bring a lot of unhappiness. Because, well, think about it. I mean, when I finish this bit, right, I'm not going to just sit there and just go, hey, it's beautiful. I'm going to move on to the next bit. So again, you start that cycle. So all we're doing is stay in that cycle of, stitching from stitch one to the last one and then move on to something else. So if you're not enjoying that process, in a way you have to think about why you're here stitching. Because that's all it is. Where am I? This one over here. Now it's a challenge to try to find the right spot. Yes. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And don't get me wrong. I mean, the sense of completion is nice, and that can be a driving force. But then again, you have to enjoy the process even more. So the completion, brings you happiness. Nikki's being optimistic. Nikki reckons Nikki lady should be done before Nikki transitioned to another world. Oh no, leave some calamari stitching for the kids to do. Seriously. Oh, this is tricky here. 1, 2, 3 here. All right, it's here. Because full cross will be easier to read, but 10 stitches, sometimes you go, where, what am I looking at exactly? Even now, I've done a fair bit of 10 stitches. It's still tricky to read sometimes. River says, I'm doing gnome tinker for my soon-to-be daughter, but no rush. She enjoys watching the progress. Exactly. She can enjoy the piece now as you're stitching, right? It doesn't have to be a completion, because once it's completed, it's a picture on the wall. Yeah, it's nice. But now is the fun part. Absolutely. Andrea says, I have self-imposed deadlines, more like I want this finished by the time I'm 55, but nothing set in stone. But Andrea, you're only 23. You've got some time to play with. No rush. Grace says, I'm 68, so I'm giving myself 10 years. Oh, number and time is a construct. We only have now. Yes, Nikki, too much pressure. Yes. It's a hobby. Enjoy it. That one is done. All right then. This is looking good. Look at this. Oh. River says, I seriously doubt I'll go for that McDonald's checkout. Oh, River, are you sure? You know, if someone just pops up at the checkout and go, hey, ma'am, would you like to supersize this pattern? It's so beautiful. Why having the regular when you can have it supersized? You're going to say, yeah, bring it on. Andrea says, due to health issues, I have to rest more. I was very active, so the stitching keeps me occupied. Absolutely. I think, you know, the great thing about stitching, it's almost like I find a lot of parallel to yoga. It's where your mind can rest, isn't it? And all you have in you when you're stitching, as long as you don't sort of impose sort of unreasonable deadlines on yourself, all you have when you're stitching is that joy. Because you choose to do this, you choose to be here. And I think when your mind is in that space, it heals your body as well. You know, and I think our way of thinking and our emotions literally, you know, connect completely with our physical body. Every single cell, the cells of your body know if you're happy or not. So, you know, be mindful in terms of where your mind space is. You can't lie your way through. You can't cheat. You know, you can't cheat happiness. Either you are or you're not. So, and I think if you're doing what you love, that's why people doing what they love, they tend to be healthier and absolutely happier. Three, 8, 6, 1. And, you know, feeling well and health is not an abstract thing. It's not just the fact that you don't have illnesses. It's that wellness, the feeling of well-being, you know, happy from the inside out and feeling totally satisfied and content with where you are right now. No complaint, you know. And a lot of people equate health to not having, you know, illnesses. That's one way. But mind has to be healthy as well. Nikki says, I crossfit so I can cross stitch. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, let that be our mantra, okay? Nikki says, yes, I crossfit so I can cross stitch. Go, Nikki. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. I should turn that into a t-shirt and sell it as merch. Okay? Nikki will get a cut. Oh, Sarah says you might want to look into some exercise to stretch your shoulders. I love my physical therapy exercise. Yes, move the body, guys. You know, it doesn't mean you have become a super yogi, but you could do anything. Walk around or stretches. Absolutely. That's why we do stretches when we do our marathon, you know. And you know, that's why I love like the one of the classes I taught on Friday evening, teach on Friday evenings. I teach quite strong classes, quite a few, but I really, really love in yoga. When I teach in yoga, it's a different audience. There are a lot of athletes that come to in yoga for stretches, right? But I also get a lot of people maybe find coming to yoga classes daunting, but they want some sort of, you know, way to find their way in yoga. And a lot of them come to in yoga. And, you know, it's not easy, no, by no means. There's deep stretches, quite challenging sometimes. But it's relaxing because you are spending time with your body. And that sounds really basic, but a lot of times we don't. Even when we exercise, we kind of, you know, rush in and do it and rush out. We're not spending time there, like really spending time with your body. So if you have a chance to try in yoga, give it a go. And there are a lot of videos on YouTube. You can just watch them. You just need like a blanket or a cushion or something like that, and you can practice at home. You will feel the difference. Absolutely. It's not just the physical movement, it's actually, as I say, being with the body. You know, we don't do that enough. Hey, Cha, hello. She says, I managed to catch a live stream today. Indeed. It's real. It's real time and it's real. River says, I just counted my count. 18, what? 1,886 stitches today so far. Okay, off you go, River, to the Alien Club. I know you're already in it, but I'm going to resubmit you into the club again. It's official. Dear. Yogi, what's the name of your frame here? Where from, please? So this is this frame. So you're referring to the stand here, right? The frame or the stand? The frame is from this one. Oh, I don't think this one was from Nudge. It's one of the brands. So you can probably recognize with the screw here. It's quite solid. But I use Nudge ones quite a lot, which has got really strong screw here as well. And I'll recommend the Nudge one or Nuage, whatever it's pronounced, and go for the double depths ones, because these ones are, I think, 60 millimeter or something. Go for 120. That's my favorite. And it would keep your fabric really tight. This one isn't too bad, but I have to work with it. You know, I have to pull a few times. But I'll recommend the Nudge hoops. Yes, Nikki says still can't beat Queen Alien. I know, but then that's why I'm the queen. You know. Yes, you can try it. Just give you some goal to, you know, for you to work with. And when River says 1886 stitches, River's going to be thinking, yeah, but Yogi's done 9,000 the other day. You know, I need to work harder. So you know, just keep you on the edge of your seat there, so you don't get too comfortable. And same with you, Nikki. You know, the other day, is that 4K? Nah, try 9. Okay, 9K, 9K. I think this is coming along really well. Yes, Nikki, have to make dinner now. Yes, enjoy it, and you know, stay safe. If the weather's being funny, you know, wear a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet stitching, wear a helmet at home, okay? And make sure everybody in the family wear a helmet, and those, you know, glowing vest, security vest. It's a family look. When you walk out, you're going to be the envy of the neighborhood. All right, helmet and fluorescent vest, and maybe some sort of harness. You can chain everyone together when you go out, so you don't go missing. All right, have a good time, Nikki. Enjoy your time with a great outdoor, better you than me. And leave the turkeys alone, you know, and just let them have a nice Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. And eat some grass, some broccoli. Broccoli is good. All right. I'll see you later. I'll catch you later, darling. What? Nikki says, my family is always trying to get me to stop stitching. Well, get a new family. I'm joking. Yeah, keep the current one, okay? They'll come around. They'll come around. Just don't flash the calamari piece, okay? Maybe they just got scared. They're going, what is going on with mummy? She's stitching squid, out of all things. So maybe that's why they kind of freaked out a little bit. So 3803. Here we go. Nikki, the criminal mind of Nikki, smuggling DMC. But for Yogi though, she's doing it out of love, out of compassion. Cause Yogi, just in case Yogi doesn't have DMC. See you later, Nikki. Hey, what about me? Oh, oh, the stand. Okay. Right, this stand. Does it have a brand? I checked this on my Amazon. I bought it from my Amazon. So you're referring to this stand. A few people have asked this one. This is actually a very popular design. So the brand itself, I think this particular one, it's discontinued as far as the Amazon's concerned, but you can find this one very easily, very identical on Etsy or on Amazon. You just put in desktop embroidery stand. One of these will come up, and there are different brands. And just look for one that looks decent, because this particular one, it's not particularly I don't think it's a brand item. I got it quite a few years ago, and they all work the same way. So basically, this dial on the side, so you can turn the hoop upside down, flip over like this. Some people might want to work on the back side there, and another two, they're not clamps, they're just dials that you can just clamp the hoop, whatever. It works for Q snappers as well, as long as you can fit into the width. And the width comes in, I think this is quite a standard width. You can slide these two bars to the side, to the side. The only drawback, I think, with this one is I wish there was some sort of quick release for the bottom, because in order to stabilize this these two bars here, you have to use a screw, a cross shape one. I'm trying to find it. I've got one of these, like little ones I keep on the side, and this is required to loosen it and tighten it. Other than that, it's very sturdy, because you can tell it doesn't wobble. When I do this, my desk is wobbling. The stand is absolutely still, and it's really good. So, and there's plenty of space for my hand to go under and up. So yeah, and very sturdy. I've got this for years. So just look up desktop embroidery stand. One of these will come up. All right. See you later, Andrea. Oh, I have to go and bake biscotti. Andrea's just showing off. She's baking something delicious. Oh my goodness, enjoy it, enjoy it. So, I think I got a comment on YouTube as well the other day for replays, and asking me to show the person how to put the hoop on. It's very, very easy. You just sandwich the hoop around. There's two pieces of wood, and just tighten the dial, and that's it. Because I've got a Lari as well, which I use. I don't mind it. I don't mind it when I'm not streaming, but for streaming, you probably don't want to see the fabric kind of just wobbling around, like, you probably get motion sickness. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Oh, you know what? I got the giant button is back. I ran out because I ate them all, and I got a new bag. It's giant and it's chocolate buttons. I might have a piece. Oh, the tea is so good. This is looking really good. Look at this. I love this jar. I just love it. I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate. Sorry, everyone. If you have some chocolate, you can come join me. Maybe one day there will be technology that I can live stream my chocolate and share it with you, okay? But until then, I'm gonna enjoy the button by myself. Big button, it's so big. It's not a little button, it's like a frisbee. Someone said it's a frisbee, it's so big. You're welcome, Masha. No problem. Hit the spot. All right. I'm gonna switch to another color. I want to fill in this corner a little bit more. $3803. Still struggling with Saga. Here we go. 3835. Oh dear, it's 1:50. So I'll probably keep going till about 2 o'clock. So this might be my last number, last color. A beautiful ending for this session. It's purple here. And I've got quite a few stitches here. So I'm not done yet. And you know what happens at the end of each stream? If you're new to the stream, you just found your way here, well done. And also the regulars know, by the end of every stream, we play a little game called Guess My Stitches. And you might be wondering, what is that? Well, you just heard it. Guess my stitches. So you get to guess my stitches. What a shocker. That's it. That's really it. And you just come up with a number, any number you like. That makes sense to you, okay? And come forward to the chat and submit your number forward. And you might be the winner tonight, who knows? Because I have no idea how many stitches I've done. It's all over the place. So your guess is just as good as mine. And if you win, oh my goodness, grand prizes. And you get to enjoy the respect of all the stitches here. And some of them have 300 projects. No ordinary stitches. This is a special group here, okay? And you also get to and enjoy the buffet with me. Yes, it's true. Delicious buffet. You can't get it anywhere else. So come forward. And, I'm still making the final few stitches. Every stitch counts. And whenever you're ready, you can offer your number. And let's see who is going to be the winner tonight. Well, in fact, this might be a good place to end my stitch here, so I don't have to travel too far to another location. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna bring on the state of the art, our high-tech game machine here, which I built, sweat and tears, in my basement. Okay, boom, there you go. It's some NASA technology, and no expenses spared for building this game machine. Just for your pleasure, okay? For our stitchers here. And while you're submitting your numbers forward, offer your number, let me give you a very quick recap of what's happening today. So, in case you don't know, Mondays and Fridays we start at different time. Slightly later, maybe more civilized hours for our friends in Australia and Japan, but extremely brutal for the guys in Europe. Well, you can't win. Today, this is the choice of my piece. Here is the Olde Kitchen. It's a mini version by Ciro, one of my favorite artists. And so the previous, for the past few sessions, I've been focusing on this a little box here. It's not little, it's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 by 4. That's quite a few blocks. You can do the calculation yourself. You can do the math. And I'm pretty close. I think I'm probably about 90% done. Don't you think it's beautiful? And the reason I wanted to work on this area is this beautiful red jar here. And this bunch of pink flowers. Oh, gorgeous. And once this area is done, I'm going to start to maybe move back a little bit. So to create a bit more connection to my previous areas that I travel from, I just arbitrarily kind of jump into this block here because I wanted that red jar. And I'm pretty close. It's gorgeous. Okay, so guys, let's have a look at today's numbers. Here we go. We've got Captain Squirrel, the first one, 314. Susan, 225. Grace Houston, 255. Busy Mom, 280. River, 263. Brienne, 301. And our Sarah, Alien Captain, says good night, everyone. My guess is 198. Rebecca, 104. And Rochelle, my YouTube decided to update by itself. This new thing. I don't know what you're referring to, Rochelle. Come up with a number, darling. Oh yes, you have 257. And here we go. Betty Hankins, 199. Valerie Phillips has unalert herself. Oh, wonderful. 243. And Rabbit Hole, 228. Steve, where have you been? 333. Janelle, 269. Guys, are you ready? Let me bring on the app that doesn't lie, okay? Your app might lie, my app doesn't lie. Here we go. And let me turn this off. Let's have a look. This is where I am with the piece right now and the stats. There you go. 207 is the grand total of the stitches I have completed today. Have we got a winner here? Oh, Betty Hankins, 199, very close. Anyone closer? Anyone is around 200-ish? Sarah, 198. Okay, so we could have multiple winners here because they're both very, very close. I think tonight's winner may be our Sarah and Betty as well. Betty Hankins. Betty, did you win the other day as well? I remember. Oh my goodness. They're getting too good at this. So let me turn this off here. Well done, everyone. And in terms of percentage, I'm over 7%, 7.36. So not bad at all. So here we go. Yes. So we've got Betty Hankins and Sarah, our Captain Alien. Yes, bring on the buffet. I know it's a shocker, isn't it? If you're new to the chat, we have this delicious emoji buffet for everyone, particularly for the winners, but mostly for me. Okay, I just get to enjoy. I don't bring anything. I just come empty-handed and just enjoy your offering here. And but everybody dig it. I'm feeling generous today. You know, it's a Friday after all. So I bring the buffet forward and just dig it, guys. Yes, and Steve, the hot pepper. We need to have the hot pepper. Yes, absolutely. And on this beautiful Friday night, yes, we have pizza, McDonald's, you know, supersize anyone. And now is 1 minute to midnight. Oh, not midnight, to 2 o'clock. Normally we end at midnight. It's 2 o'clock. And we have birthday cake from Busy Mum as well and tacos. Yes, kids will love that. So, from this peaceful London town called London. London town called London. Yogi signing out. Some healthy selection there as well. Very, very nice. Yes. Very diverse in terms of the cuisines. Everybody has something they like. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Amy Stewart day, okay, Saturday. And we're starting at earlier time, the usual time, whatever usual it is. And come meet me here with a project and a needle. I will see you here tomorrow. Night night, everyone. Good night. Love you all.